Hey y'all, you have made it to day 3, so you guys are doing awesome. Today is all about compliance. If you have read the post, then you know that. This is such an exciting topic, and I'm totally kidding because it's not. If you've heard that word, you probably are rolling your eyes right now, and if you haven't, you're like, what is compliance in the first place? So compliance is kind of the way we need to present Young Living and Young Living products to other people in public. So this is mainly when we're talking about teaching classes or where we're talking about talking to people who aren't members yet, when we're talking about posting on social media. Really, that's the big hot topic. We are not talking about sick care. We're talking about health care. That's the difference in Young Living and being a doctor. A doctor, I am not, okay? And I don't want people posting on Facebook, hey, Krista, what do I do about strep? I'm gonna be like, call your doctor. Because that's not what compliance is. Compliance is the way that we present our company. And frankly, it's a big deal because we are obligated to fall in line with their policies and procedures. And it takes the burden off of us because frankly, we're not doctors. Well, some of us might be, but I'm not. And so we don't want to be going around diagnosing and curing people, right? So this is largely about social media posting and teaching classes and things like that. Things are a little different in our personal relationships and in our private groups. And that's to be expected because I want to equip you with resources and I want to be able to point you to things. And when your kid's ear falls below the wellness line, I want to be able to tell you what supported my family and my children in the past. So that's a different subject. So what we're mainly talking about is in the public eye.
Mm-hmm. So, and just to piggyback on what Krista just said about policies and procedures, this might be a good place to stick this. When you enrolled, you clicked a box that said you agreed to Young Living's policies and procedures. So just FYI, if you didn't read those, you agreed to them anyway.
Because who did?
So if
this is one of those
that
things.
threw you for a second, I just wanted to stick that in there real quick. And when I talk to people, especially in classes, a non-member, on Facebook, I'm not a doctor either. So I cannot say things like, use this for strep, or, this will help with your child's fever or whatever. I try to always talk about the products in terms of supporting. Mm-hmm. We are trying to live above the wellness line. We are supporting body systems. So if someone does ask me a question about something specific, let's just stick with the strep throat or, anything. I always talk about, well, here's some things that will support your respiratory system. These are things that support pain management, your things immunity. That are not medical, okay? I'm not going to throw out medical diagnosis terms, if that makes sense. So always just talk about things in terms of supporting body systems. Mm-hmm. Listen to their need, but don't, again, in a public way, say anything like, use this for whatever medical issue that
hand,
they have
foot,
going
and mouth.
on. Yes, anything like that. Just, think about it in terms of what body system is that impacting and what are the products that I have, knowledge of and that maybe I've had personal experience with that will support that.
And another tip, if we're talking about something that every person experiences and you're not everybody experiences lack of energy and everybody experiences the need for deeper sleep. Those things we can talk about, right? Everybody experiences gas and bloating at certain times. We're not talking about IBS, right? We're talking about gas and bloating. Everybody experiences occasional anxiety and sadness, right? We're not talking about clinical depression. So if it's something in general, just a good rule of thumb, if it's something that everyone experiences that is normal to talk about, we can talk about those things. But what we're talking about are specific medical diagnoses that we frankly don't have any business talking about. We want to because we don't We don't want to be talking about that. We want to be talking about life above the wellness line, and we want to be talking about keeping people healthy, because that's Young Living's aim. Like, that's our focus, is to just start this life of wellness and be able to keep people healthy and to stay above the wellness line. Hopefully that makes sense. See you tomorrow.